Okay, thank you all for joining us today on the webinar. Some of you already know and are familiar with Necto training, with the Necto product. What we're going to do right now is moving through the Necto introduction. Today we'll do some introduction and basis analytics, and tomorrow we'll do some other stuff which are more complex and advanced. So have you printed the training I gave you? If not, please please verify that you get it printed by the end of this session. You will be able to train yourself in the Necto environment. What we are actually doing is moving through Necto introduction, some PowerPoint pages, and then on the end of the session, I'll show you how to connect to our Necto live demo server, and you'll be able to use your own username and password, and then while using it, you'll be able to do the training, and you'll be able to see the system, investigate, and do a lot of fascinating stuff with them. So thank you very much for joining us, and we'll begin shortly. I just want to remind you that on the bottom of your screen, on the menu of the GoToWebinar session, you have a place to write some text. You can write there questions and remarks, and we'll talk about it later on. I'll try to answer all of your questions. In case I do not answer your questions today, I will send a mail to all of you with all the answers to the questions, and that's how we'll be able to do presentation and answering questions. So I hope everyone is okay with it, and we can begin. Let's start with the Necto training, Module 1, Introduction to Necto. So what exactly is our training plan? Everyone see my screen? It's written on the top, training plan, and then end user analyst training, and so on. Just please send me a text that you see it and everything is okay, and I'll continue. The end user training is more basis, and not advanced as the analyst training. We'll do this in the next two sessions, and then in the third session, which will be next week, we'll start doing some analyst training, which is more advanced features. Now, in the two foremost sessions, which will be on the end of next week and on the third week, we'll do some administration work, architecture, and some interesting stuff concerning more server-side stuff. Okay, let's continue, and let's introduce Necto. By the end of this session, you'll be able to describe a fundamental BI concept, which most of you already know, but I would like to do some kind of make everyone on the same page. To have everyone on the same page, we'll talk about the BI solutions so far, and then we'll describe some main factors in the Necto which are overwhelming to the BI world. So, so what is BI actually, and how do we talk about BI today? So today we actually gather a lot of information, and we use the BI applications to take this information to to make out of it some reports and to have business users use the information wisely. Now, usually these applications demand a lot of work on the server side, a lot of work for the IT department, and so on. So what we have accomplished here in Necto is something that gives the end users some options to do a lot of things by themselves. Okay, so welcome to the next generation of BI. Necto has introduced BI3. BI3 is an application that provides you with the ability to have the basic analytics that we had until today, and on top of that basic analytics, we'll have another 3 amendments that are very crucial to business users today. Now, first, a critical thing is the self-service. Self-service is the place, is actually a way of work where everyone can do pretty much everything. In his application, there is no more server side and client side. Actually, there will always be some server side because of the administration, very technical work. But as we talk about building a new dashboard or doing some interesting stuff in our software, uploading users, uploading workboards, I mean dashboards in the former BI applications, and I'll explain it later. Doing a lot of simple administration stuff, security and so on. Everything is being done today in the Necto, in the self application, which a business user have the option to do it in the same application. Now, everything I'll say from now on is according to security restrictions. So if a user cannot do that, he'll probably won't be able to do that. But we give the option to give every power user or every other user that we think he should be doing such work, we give him the option to do it. Now, let's look at the self-service later. But now we'll talk about social intelligence capabilities. Now, the social capabilities are these capabilities that takes us from, we take actually capabilities that are regular in the out world. Oh, you want to see? Okay. These capabilities are being taken in the from Facebook, from LinkedIn, from other places, and actually we take and we insert these capabilities into the BI world. Now, 1 second, please. No. Okay, sorry for this short interruption. So these social capabilities, if we talk about Facebook, where we can subscribe to user and see the things that he published. If we are talking about some other users that make interesting stuff that we would like to see, we can do all of it in our social world outside work, but inside work we are not capable of doing it. People are doing very smart things, are saving private notes. Things are being done in the organization in many directions, and we only get one direction, which is the direction of that comes from the IT department. For example, if the IT department can make some dashboards for my end users, so the end user will see it. But if they are not capable of doing it, if they have no more budget of doing it, or if something else is not going to happen, the end users are losing a lot of time, a lot of money, and so on. So what we are doing here in the social intelligence, we are actually engaging a platform for collaborative decision making, and also we are combining between stuff that one user made and the other user would like to see. So actually, inside the BI system, I'll be able to see or to look at other published material that people have done, and of course, if they've shared it with me specifically, and if they have, I'll be able to use it. So this is the social capability. Also, we are talking here about discussions and the notes that are being made inside the system instead of sending mails outside the system, and that enables us a lot of things, from logging of these discussions and the analysis of them, through saving the whole information inside the system instead of print the page and then copy it to the mail and then send it to someone that might move my company one day, and the information is in his email box, and I won't be able to see it anymore. So actually, what we are doing here is some kind of merge between social capabilities of publishing material and also some discussions and notes that are, we call it soft knowledge, that sometimes is even more important than the hard knowledge, which is the actual data that's in the system. When we are talking about relevant discussions, we are actually talking about relevancy engine that works on the background. What do I mean by that? A user might think that he would like to get some information, and he gets into the system and get this information. He'll drill down some workboards and search for other workboards and so on. So if a user is doing that and is looking for a specific workboard, we also give him another opportunity to look for what the system is providing for him according to his behavior inside the system. So what do I mean by that? What I really mean by that is that we have a very clever engine that takes all of the information that he gathers from the user activity and from other users' activity, and from activity upon other material that is inside the system, meaning the pages that people have done, the dashboards, and so on. And then we actually give the right user the right material as a proposal, meaning that we propose this user, hey mate, you should look at this dashboard because we would like you to, we think it is relevant for you because of your activity. Now, for example, if this user is a salesman and we have a sales workboard that a lot of people got into it, and we do have some information that about this user activity and other users' activity that gives us the ability to understand that this dashboard specifically is the right dashboard for this specific users. So we'll propose this dashboard for this user. Now, if you notice, sometimes I'm saying a dashboard and sometimes I'm saying workboard. So let's talk one language now. A dashboard is what we know until today, which is actually some kind of infrastructure, some kind of a page that people, my IT department made the charts upon, and put the right grid on and the right parameters or navigation components on or whatever. And the end user could have only pick some kind of I don't know, a slicer. He could have picked he could have filtered on something. He could have drilled down, drill up, make changes to the chart itself. But he couldn't really do other things inside this workboard, this dashboard. Meaning that he couldn't put some other charts from some other information or data from that other data center. He couldn't really design his own dashboard. What we are doing now is helping the user design his own dashboard, and by putting inside the discussions we talked about, the notes we talked about, the sharing this information with other users. There are a lot of other capabilities. He can click on like that, and that means that he likes this workboard, and we take it into our smart engine. All of these capabilities are actually inside Necto, and today we call it a workboard, not a dashboard anymore, a workboard, a place where a user can actually work inside and do whatever he wants and desire. So from now on, we'll talk workboards and not dashboards. Okay. Okay, so this is our Necto architecture. What you see here is that is the things you know. We actually take some data from a data warehouse, flat files, some other applications, cubes, and so on. We have a basic. Next layer is the cube layer, which takes all of this data and aggregates it into the cube. We can use Power Pivot or UDC, which is our Universal Data Connector, which can take any kind of data and just turn a cube out of it automatically. Now, we talked about the most bottom layer, which is the data warehouse, the cube, and other options. Another option that will be here in the first quarter in the next year is the option to use the NALI tabular model as we use Power Pivot today. Necto Server is upon all of this infrastructure, and it not only enables analytics and reporting, but it also enables workboards instead of dashboards, as we talked about before, and social intelligence and automated insights, which is the ability to get relevant information, and it's not a relevant information, it's actually some anomalies that we have in the data in a click of a button, meaning that whatever is if we today until today we try to look at anomalies while doing manually some business rules inside the data, using exceptions, manual editing, and so on. Here we have in one click of a button an option to do some analysis, some quick analysis automatically, and we can raise the flag that we would like to do it below this and that percentage or above this and that percentage. And the most beautiful thing in it is that when we find an anomaly, when we find a problem, we can start investigate that problem further on, and it's automatically as well. So meaning that first step is finding anomalies automatically, and then second step is doing the anomalies investigation. What is the cause for this problem? Doing it automatically as well. So, is there a question so far? Is everything understood? Can I move on? I just want to remind you that you are welcome to write questions all the time, and we'll answer them shortly. Okay. Jason Thomas asked if UDC is creating the cube. So the answer is yes. UDC is creating a cube behind the scenes, meaning that you only see it when you go into the analysis services database, but an end user won't be able to see it because his only knowledge is the UI infrastructure. So the Necto gives the end user a nice name for this UDC. A user can change this title, and he can decide what would be in this cube, what won't be in this cube, and everything is being done automatically behind the scenes. Okay. Another question: can the developers see the cube in SSAS? Yes. So, which is automatically created from, let's say, an Oracle database. So yes, and a developer can see the cube in SSAS, and he can go into the cube and play with it, see what's inside. So yes. Okay. Let's continue. If there'll be some more questions, we'll answer it. I will answer it later on. Okay. So we're talking about IDEN, the Automated Intelligence Driving Engine, which is our agent behind the scene, our big brother that controls everything. He sees everything, every movement that is being done by any user, and we are capable of doing a lot of logs, and we have a lot of logs, a lot of actions that we write down behind the scenes, and there is an ability to build reports on top of these logs. So this automated intelligence engine is responsible for the relevance engine, and is also responsible for the automated insight, which gives me the ability to look and to use the exception. Okay. So actually, I'm bringing automated intelligence, data insight, workboards, people and decision, and notes all together to one engine that controls everything. Of course, we can say that in this specific session we don't want to log the movements or the things that the user is doing. If it is, for example, an administrator that doesn't want his actions to impact the statistics of the system, and so on. But basically, all of the users actually are being watched, are being logged, all of their activities, and this is being used only by the system itself to give proposals, propositions to other users for doing better work. So everything is actually combined into one place, and we actually give a lot of information for each user because of the whole activity in the system. So it's not only a user that comes into the system and starts working alone. Everyone is working together. Two users, for example, can work on the same workboard and can do a lot of nice work together, and then can collaborate this workboard with other people and can share this information and can make discussion upon it, can see data insight and automatic intelligence upon this workboard that they are doing. So together with Microsoft, we are an end-to-end BI suite, giving the options to build cubes, and then upon these cubes, doing actually whatever there is to do by reporting, KPIs, visual abilities, social intelligence, automating insight, and so on. So I'll demonstrate in a minute some of our capabilities, but before demonstrating, I would like to say something. If you know Panorama software, so you all know that Panorama is the one of the first startups in the 90s. Panorama is brought up in '93 and sold Microsoft the OLAP technology. From then, Microsoft developed this OLAP technology to analysis services and sold it to all over the world. Panorama software is the only software that knows how to deal with the OLAP technology in the fastest way. So because here we developed the OLAP technology, so our viewers are the fastest viewers for OLAP technology. What I would like to do now is going over the exercise, and to do it together with you, I'm making a new workboard as in the exercise, and I will call it I'll put it in the private folder. Let's call it test 1. I'll finish. And voila, we have a workboard. Okay. Now, second, my next task is share your workboard with your team. So what I need to do, actually I have no information inside the workboard, just creating a workboard, but I have to share it with my team. So what I'll do, I'll go here to my pane, I'll go to my workboard folder, and I'll share it with my team. So I'm clicking on my workboard, I'm sharing it with my team. Who would I like to share it with? I'll click here on the plus, and then I can share it with everyone or with a specific user. So here are specific users, here are all. So I can share it with everyone, click OK, and I would like everyone to have a read permission. I have many permissions here, and we'll talk about it in a different session. But for right now, I would like them only to read the workboard and not to change it. So let's click OK. And then if I'll look at it again, I'll see that everyone has a read permission of this workboard. Okay, let's see next instruction. Exercise 2. We have to add a view component and then use it. So I'll click on the design button, and then after clicking on the design button, I have to click on the view component, put it inside here in the middle. I will open existing public views, which is the most left folder over there, and I will check the training folder. And then I will check the O4 new WB start view. O4 new WB start view. Okay, open. What I've done now is that I connected to an existing workboard that was on my public folder, and I just took a view out of it. Okay, that's what happens right now. So okay, now I see this workboard, and I would like to go to next step. I have to save it. Let's save it. I'm saving it. Let's define a topic, and let's add a text component to this same workboard. Okay, I have to write sales results by state. I will put it in the middle, click OK, shorten the gap, and then I will add a web component on the left of the view component, but under the text component. Okay, so I'll put it here, and this view component will be bing.com. Okay, so here's Bing again. Hi Bing. Save the workboard, and that's it for this exercise. Okay. Next exercise is not necessarily. If you would like, you can do it. I'm here for you. If you would like, for the next 30 minutes, you can do whatever you want with the workboard. Don't be afraid. You won't harm anything because you only have permissions for a business user, which is the permission that allows him to look at other dashboards, workboards that he's allowed to see, but he would not be able to destroy them. He would only be able to save it in his own private folder. So you can look around, play a bit, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Not before. I'll answer some questions now, and tomorrow same time. Let's see, what did you write here? Do you get notifications if I share my workbook with you? So yes, I do get notification if I'm subscribed to you. Jason, if you are not, if I'm not subscribed to you, you can share the information with me, but I won't be able to see that you shared with me the information. I have to be subscribed to you. So that's how it works right now. The thing is that I can define subscriptions, and then people can share information with me. Okay. Yeah. Jason also asked if I can add a navigation component. I can show you this, but it's not part of our session right now, so you didn't see that. So let's say that I would like to add a navigation component that is being consisted out of a specific dimension. So for instance, a product. and I would like it to be some specific products like drink food and alcohol beverages and dairy, for instance. Okay. I would like it to affect all views, and I would like it to be buttons. Let's click OK. Parameter product is already in use. So let's create a different one. Let's take measures. So selected measures, members, and let's select all of the members. Okay. Option buttons. No, I would like buttons. It's nicer. Let's see how it goes. Okay. And if I would like to see the data differently, I'm going back here to the design. Okay. And I have some buttons. Now, what I'm gonna do is stating that I would like it to be here. Okay. And I would like the browser to be down here. Okay, so it will be much prettier. And I would like everything, all of the data here to be changed according to my buttons. When I press sales count, the data is changing sales average, data is changing and so on. If I would like the things to be changed, what should I do? I should use a placeholder, right? So exactly like I did before. So that's how I use navigation components. That's it for today. Thank you very much, guys.